What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Y'all hear that theme music? Y'all see these beautiful faces? It's the Let's Get Canceled podcast. I'm your boy, Big Tech Dog, your favorite friendly, lovable loudmouth.
And I'm Tommy with an H on the voice of the people. Hey, yo, cousin.
What up, cousin?
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
He gonna try to get me in trouble today, y'all, but I ain't gonna let him.
We gonna go ahead and get canceled.
Let's get canceled.
All right, so check it out, man. Tonight. Well, first of all, thank y'all for rocking with us. We appreciate that. Tonight, we got a couple things we need to talk about. We ran into some topics, and we want to get something off our chest. Well, he want to get something off his chest.
No,
I'm a neutral party.
No trouble for me today. No trouble for me tonight, y'all. I swear, no trouble.
Right. Well, we're gonna start out with a couple of different things. We're gonna talk about: is your relationship equal? Are all things equal in your relationship? Are you and your significant other, male or female, able to? Well, you'll see what we talk about in a little bit. Also, of course, we got some other things that we want to address, and we're gonna touch on that. But the first thing we're gonna do, hey man, there's a trial going on.
Am I still on camera?
You're absolutely on camera.
Okay, good, because I had to go and look up some things, so I just wanted to make sure I'm still on camera. All right, there we go.
Are there.
There is a trial going on, cousin.
Yeah,
and
man.
We have discussed this before it got to this point.
We did.
And now that man is in court. He's finally getting his days in court, and he is able to face his accusers face to face.
Hey, just so you know, he don't look like that no more. She don't look like that no more either. She is what, 8 months pregnant?
Yeah. She's house big. She's house big right now. She's house big.
Bro. So let me give a little quick rundown, and I think you got some specifics for us. Quick rundown. So Diddy's we've gone through the jury selection process, and we've had our opening statements, and right now we're in full blown trial mode, man. He had a male escort who was early on the first day, I believe, and who gave some interesting testimony.
Interesting at to say the least.
Yeah, and then we had your girl, the star witness, is what we're calling her.
She is definitely the prosecution's star witness right now.
Yeah, Miss Cassie Ventura.
Cassie Ventura.
Miss Cassie Ventura, and she gave us some interesting details, man. I heard some things, but I'm going to defer to you because I heard some things, and you know how that goes. I didn't read no official transcript on nothing, but TMZ has been keeping us up to date.
They have.
Woo!
They are breaking it down line by line, word for word, and
yes, sir.
All I'm going to say is when this trafficking case against Diddy, I'm not quite sure if that's going to stick. And again, that's just a personal opinion. That's just me from the outside. I'm not in there to get the complete details, even though TMZ does give pretty good, but I'm not exactly sure where the objections come in, what the judge's instructions have been. So I'm not quite sure there. However, one thing that we have been made sure of is that Diddy is a horrible person.
Wait. What makes you say that Diddy's a horrible person?
Her accusations. And
so because she said it, that's what it is. Oh, okay, I'm just checking to see where your temperature's at. If you say because Cassie Ventura said it, then that's what it is. Okay, all right.
We watched a video of this man beating this woman down in the hallway.
We did.
That's a horrible person.
I agree. But I thought you were talking about based on what you've heard in this trial.
No, not based on this. But now, based on what we've heard in this trial, what we know that she has claimed is a lot of physical abuse.
That's what she said.
Combs subjected her to physical assaults from 2013, 2016, 2018. Almost the entire time they were together, they have been beating the heck out of each other. And then her participation in these freak-offs. Now, this is where things get a little sticky for me. They get sticky. And I think they're pretty sticky because there's not enough baby oil. Like, The
And
fact
he
that
had a problem with that. He had a problem with that.
the fact that she says he would stop the freak off in the middle of things going because she's not shiny enough.
That's
He would
the
have the
greatest thing
big bottle
ever.
of baby oil. If I
That nigga
wasn't
know what he
shiny,
like.
he said we got a little too dry. And
Oh.
but he's not fully participating in the freak off. He just
Yes, he
liked to
is.
watch. He said
That's him
he
fully participating.
he explained to her his love of the voyeur aspect of sex. So he just
Right.
likes to sit there and watch. He is the cuck of black entertainment.
If she was
His
supposed
old
to be his
lady,
main lady.
yeah, but his old lady, he just wants to see somebody bang his old lady. Now, the coercive portion of the freak off being, she says, forced because she was afraid of him to have sex with male strippers, basically, that
Right.
she would call at times, Diddy would call at times. But again, you can't say Diddy's trafficking in people for sex when you were making the calls. So things get a little sticky there. But the fact that she
That's
said
what I say.
she had to be intoxicated to a point of having to do these things, uh, the fact that when she would tell him about the situations going on, that
Mm-hmm.
she's having sores in her mouth
Mm-hmm.
and they're still calling people in. I think the weirdest thing about this was the fact
I
that
should not be laughing at that.
right, the fact that she says the longest one was like 4 days. How a 4-day freak off? She said they normally
You can
last
do.
about what she said about 48 to 24 to 36 hours normally. Bruh,
Hey, listen, man.
bruh.
If you can do it, you can do it. If you can do it, you can do it. I can't. Hey, I don't understand it because he was older. He's older than he was older then than I am now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
He was older than I am now. I ain't got 48 hours in me, bro.
But that's the
I
thing
ain't
of it.
got.
That's the thing.
Oh wait, because
You
he
don't
ain't gotta
have
have it.
to.
He paying people to have it.
Just go handle business for me. And then when you're done, and stopping us in the middle and saying, hey, put some more baby oil on. That
Hey, nigga,
is
he's directing,
insane.
bro. He is directing. Listen, if you look at it like this, look at it like this. You are the king of telling me where to find the good flicks, right? You're the
Yeah.
king, and I keep saying I don't want to stop it. You know what I'm saying? But imagine if you had the kind of money where you could make, like, there's no more scrolling, there's no more search bars.
Nope.
You can make it happen right in
You're
front
the
of you. Hey,
director.
freeze, stop, time out. Hey, cut. Listen, who
Oil
got
on.
the baby oil? Who got the oil? You know what I'm saying?
You're
Like,
looking
bro,
dry, bitch. You're looking dry.
yes, sir. Like, that's hilarious to me. Oh, Diddy's a voyeur. Take that, take that, take that, take that. That's exactly how I read that comment. That's
dude,
how I
dude.
read it. Oh man.
But she
And
also
so wait a
claimed
minute.
that
Why does that matter? Why does that matter?
now that part,
Is
some
she
people,
legal?
she was.
You know what I feel like right now? Like, you remember that interview with that R. Kelly had with Torre, where he was like, "Do you like teenagers?" And R. Kelly said, "When you say teenagers,
Teenagers. What you mean by teenager?
what do you mean?"
Because
He goes,
19.
"Yo," Torre said, "Girls who are teenagers."
But he had to make sure Torre understood what Torre was trying to do to him. No, sir, Torre. I like adults that are in their teens.
You're
That's the R.
killing me.
Kelly. I don't know how to hard top people.
Over the whole time. I'm
But for
sorry. Go ahead.
Cassie to come out and discuss the emotional and psychological control that he had over her. She says she has hundreds of songs that were never released. Some of them got leaked, but most of them were shelved. Now, to me, I think that's almost every artist. But she's saying she did these things because she was hoping that her career would take off. And she was making music, and he would ask her to come over and let's make music. And she was thinking that doing all of this would assist in her music career taking off. And she's got songs that have been shelved. Now here's the thing. I think every
Yeah,
artist
fix
that
it.
I know has songs that have not been released. And most
Everybody.
times it's because they're just not that good. And Diddy does have an exacting standard when it comes to music. So that is something that I believe that should not be taken into account with
Right.
this. But again, just having
Here's the
her
thing.
life in his hand as she thought, and she was afraid of not being able to have the career that she wanted.
Says she.
But she benefited from everything that she did with Diddy. I still don't believe he should have put his hands on her ever.
Absolutely not.
B-
Absolutely not.
But if I tell this woman, hey, I want to see this dude do this to you, and I want to see you do this to this dude, and if you say, okay, I
He
don't
can't be
think
held responsible. Stop it. We're not going to keep holding people responsible for other people's interpretation of what's going on. There are laws in the workplace where if you're because it's so much of a slippery slope when you're a superior and a subordinate in any type of
Mhm.
intimate relationship. But there has to be a line somewhere where you cannot blame a superior, someone that you're trying to get things out of, for what you have interpreted it to be. Because in actuality, in my opinion,
Mhm.
what that looks like to me is maybe if I do this for him and I oh, I'll let this dude do this to me, I'll let him watch, and then he'll have to give me this, that, or the third. What's the difference in that? Like, because at no point in her testimony did she say that Diddy told her that if you don't do this, you won't get.
Right.
Now she did say emphatically multiple times in multiple different ways that, hey, it's because I didn't know that I could say no. I didn't feel like I could say no. I was afraid of what would
And I
happen if I
wanted to
said no,
please him.
and I wanted to please him. Well, guess what?
Now,
Those are some of the perks that come along with being Diddy at that point. Now, is it right?
right.
I don't. Is it wrong? I don't know. Now, I will say this because I want to
Mhm.
clear this up because I know you. I know you, and what you're not going to do is try to make me go. Well, let me be very clear. The physical abuse
The mental
is
abuse as well.
terrible. The mental abuse, any abuse, let's umbrella it.
Mhm.
Any of the abuse, which obviously there was some. We saw it.
Right.
Um, we've watched him interact with other artists, male
Right.
and female, and we know that he can be abusive to his staff, to his artists, to everybody. That being said, though, there is nobody on the Making the Band show that felt like, hey, I got to go over here and let this dude baby oil me up in order to. They walk to get cheesecake though.
Right. Right.
And how
Right.
come nobody was mad about that? Because is that not that's undue influence, and that's the thing. Because at that point, that's entertainment, that's funny, and that's just a boss with being particular. Well, this is a boss being particular. The thing is his particular stuff is freaky nastiness.
Right.
Now, is that
Now,
against the law? We shall see, I guess.
the blackmail portion of this is something that kind of takes me to a point where I can kind of get a portion of this also, because have a 22-year-old that you record doing some off-brand shit. She's getting pissed on by strangers. You're recording all of this, and then when she says or does something that you don't agree with, I'm going to send this to your mother. There was one instance where she said during the holidays, he made a threat to send a video that she'd made with someone to her mother on Christmas Day to keep her compliant with him. That to me, that blackmail in that particular situation is something that I feel as a kid, you're scared to death. You're scared to death, and you will do almost anything to keep that from being disseminated to your family. And that does let you get that, let him have that extra aura of control over you for however long it is before you go tell them people, hey, he beats me, he pees on me, or he has other people pee on me, he makes me do all this other stuff, and it's on tape, and you may see
Hey,
this one day. How could would you be able to tell your mother
tell my mama what?
that somebody got a tape of you as a kid getting peed on, and
As a
uh
kid.
22. Yeah, I consider
Okay.
that kid still.
Okay. At
As a
22.
22-year-old, there's some lady that got a tape of you and she was peeing, or she had some other chick come over and pee on you, and they're gonna give it to you during the holidays. And if someone was like, "Hey man,
Mom,
I'm gonna
listen,
tell, I'm gonna tell,"
I'm gonna tell you straight up. You know my mama, and I think you know me. I'm gonna tell you like this. Number one, I believe my mama thinks I've done much worse. And number two, my mama knows her son, and she knows that ain't nobody got no tape of me doing nothing that I didn't want to do.
I'm gonna say this at
I
22.
believe she don't want to know. I don't think she wants to know. Like,
Yeah,
and would I allow somebody to do more to me so they wouldn't send that to my mama? Absolutely not. Go ahead, send it to her.
yeah, because I was
And
gonna
then
say
he's coming like,
at
"Mama, don't act, don't."
yeah,
And she'll be like, "I was just asking," and that's gonna be how it is.
yeah, because at 22, pretty sure my mother knows already, and she was. I figured you
They could
nasty.
have sent
I
that
know
tape
you
if
nasty.
I
I know you nasty.
right. If that's what I was into, and I'm not. But
Mm-mm.
if that was what I was into at 22, if my mama saw it, she'd be like, "Oh, I thought he'd been doing that since he was 16."
Right.
Like for real. Like she was.
I get it.
I fully believe that my mother thinks that I've done
But
much worse than that, and I haven't.
as a young lady though, I think
Everybody got to die
there's a difference, right? There's a difference with
because
that.
if that was my one of my sisters,
Oh boy, oh boy. You
and I think that my sisters would be
afraid to let you
kind of.
see that because you'd end up locked up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And they know that not only I, but everybody else, every other male in the house would end up locked up. So that's why that would be the fear portion of that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that they would I the way our family and this is the thing, the way our family is built, there are things that you can do that are you feel like I'm disappointing the family, I'm disappointing my parents, I'm disappointing like the name, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And those are things where it's like, okay, cool. Like if we were just on here being ignorant, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like just being
Yeah.
like clowns,
Yeah.
then I wouldn't do that. Now what we say is we're taught to be self thinkers
Mhm.
and individuals, and we know where our parents stand, and they kind of know where
Right.
we stand,
And
I
we
think.
say a lot of
But
things that they do not agree with. However, it's not coming from a
right,
place of malice. It's just
right,
we
right,
we we do think differently than they do. But there are certain
on certain
things that
topics,
yeah, but there are certain things that I refuse to do growing up. There are certain things that when the guys were getting ready to go out and do certain things, I just wouldn't do because if we get caught, I can't have my name in the paper because my name is his name. And they're never going to
right,
look at it and be
right,
like, oh, little Tommy. No, the first thing they're going to see is his name. And they're going to be like, oh, he's doing this. And
right,
it's going to take a
right.
while before it trickles down to, oh, that was little Tommy. No, they're going to see
Because
my name.
the big thing, the rumor is bigger than the
Right. The
reality.
truth.
And I was the same way because my father worked a lot in the city and he did a lot of charity works in the city. So when we would do those events, I had to be more cognizant of what I did. Like everybody knew that we smoked, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But I wasn't gonna stand right out there and talk to so and so with it.
Right.
No, we had to duck around the corner somewhere and try hiding. Like, well, why are you hiding? You grown and this. It don't
It
matter
don't,
because
right.
this look is more
There's
important than
right.
I gotta make sure
There's a
things look right.
respect for the name more so than the fear of what they're gonna say. I don't like. I'm
Right.
not afraid that they know. They actually know everything I do. So it's not a fear of them knowing.
They don't know everything.
It's a
They
respect. Oh man, my people
nope.
had people everywhere, so they always knew what was going on, and I'll be able to come home
Yeah.
and be told what I did. I remember my first time ever getting pulled over. The cop pulls me over, looks at me and says, Tommy, tell your daddy to call me. And he was
Oh
like, he
Jesus.
said, never
Oh, that
mind.
hurts.
And he said, never mind. Like, he let me go. You go home right now. He let me go. But when I get home, my father, why you doing 87 and a 45 riding down Tennessee Street? We had that conversation. Even in my adult life, because that was like 16. In my adult life, get pulled over because me and my homeboy, we at the club. They got a
Oh.
barricade set up. I don't feel my house is right over there. Right over there. There's a barricade set up. Instead of me having to drive all the way around the block, I go through the barricade. Now I am completely outside my mind at that particular moment, and I don't do that anymore. But when I break through that barricade, Not me. I had my own name. It was, see,
Ladies and gentlemen,
terrible,
Doc is
terrible,
back.
terrible.
Yes.
Yeah. But when I break through that barricade, whoop, 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 I was going to jail.
Yeah, buddy.
Again, get pulled over. Fee sees me. Tommy, go home right now. I'm telling your mama. I'm like 25 years old. I'm telling your mama, and I'm riding by your house in 5 minutes. If you ain't there, we're going to have a problem. Yes, ma'am. So it's like they always knew what was going on, but it's just the fact of me trying my best to stay out of trouble so I don't end up on the police blotter with my name.
And that's I understand that. Like I said, my parents don't know everything. The problem is that my parent. Well, actually, you know what? My daddy probably knows more specifics than anybody else.
Uh-huh.
Not because I've told him,
Right.
but because his degree was in like sociology.
Right.
So he was just like, I
He
read this stuff.
looks at you and
Right.
sees.
And he told me one time, and I kid you not, and D, I'm sorry, but and I told D knows this, but I'm gonna say it on live. My daddy told me one time because he was like, I'm always with D and Biz, and he said, I have never seen that boy not high. And when initially D was like, what? But you can't really say
Right,
nothing because nigga, you
right,
know you probably
right.
right.
He's
He's right.
100%
So
correct. But
so that's it's
but through
hilarious to
all
me.
of that, how many of those people that I mentioned, and this is what I
Uh-huh.
say, none of those people who told me they were telling my father, none of them would have been able to say, "Let me pee on you," and I won't tell.
Not a chance.
There's that just doesn't happen. So I think that's the major point of this. So Cassie, I really and truly hope that you are able to. Well, she got like 20 million out the deal though. She got 20 million.
And
So
still get to testify. That's the thing. If I was Diddy, I'd be pissed. I paid you that money to avoid this, and now
because as soon as he finished paying her off, things got leaked. As soon as he paid her off, the video got leaked.
right.
Because she asked for the money, he said no, and then he came back to the table. Video got leaked, and it was over.
It's funny because it's true.
It is. It is. It is. It
Well,
is.
hey, listen, man. We didn't spend that, and I'm sorry we didn't spend 23 minutes
Oh wow.
talking about
We'll come
Diddy and
back. We'll
Cassie.
come back to that. We'll come back.
We'll hey, this case is ongoing, and the court proceedings are going on, so we're gonna stay up to date. If anything crazy pop off, we're gonna try and go ahead and go live one of these times and just holler at y'all about something we just heard. Make sure you stay tuned to our social medias, and we're there. Speaking of social media, hey man, we are in a whole lot of places. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
Of course you know that because you set it up. Anyway, so
Mm-hmm. And
hey,
y'all need to
listen,
be there too. That's the thing. Y'all need to be there.
ladies and gentlemen, we are on all of your audio podcast platforms. So if you like the show, if you like what you're seeing and what you're hearing, make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend that you can follow us on anywhere that you get your audio podcasts. We are there. All right. And we're having a whole lot of fun. And while you're here with us, make sure to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, man. If your comment is good enough, we'll pop it up on the screen and we may discuss it. If you say something stupid, we'll be very gentle and very accommodating.
I'm gentle when it comes to that kind of stuff.
I am too.
I leave the angry posting to tech. So
Let's talk about this
if you
posting,
ever
right?
leave a comment that that you know we don't agree with, it's gonna be tech that comes and tells you to shut
I
up.
am not a pit bull. I am not a pit bull. I am not a puppy.
I just
This
leave
man will I'll be like, did you see this? And he'd be like, I'm gonna let you handle that one. I'll be like, no, no,
let him
I'm
go.
not gonna do it
Let it
because
go.
you're gonna turn your back on me when we get on live.
Never that. Never that. Not to the not with strangers that's coming. Not with strangers that's coming for us. Now when they come for us, hey, one band, one sound. But
Yes, sir.
but when it comes to like broader situations, of course I'm gonna throw you under the bus, man. I'm the bus driver. Beat, nigga.
Hey, so listen, man. I want to move on to another topic.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go with the
So
mains.
I saw something,
Mm-hmm.
and it was hilarious to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I sent it to you right away. And then you had already been looking at these,
Mm-hmm.
it's a series of things. And let's just go ahead and show them this, and then we'll get into what our topic is for the day. All
We'll
right.
show both of them. We'll show both of them.
Show both of them back to
Yeah,
back. You
show
want to see them both back to back?
show both of them.
Cool. All right. So here's the first one that I sent you. All right. So for y'all who are listening on the audio podcast platform, this was a montage that was put together from a comic strip, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the comic strip, there's a gentleman sitting on the couch. He's playing a video game, right? His girl comes in and she's, trying to get frisky. She whispering in his ear, like, come on, babe. He says no.
Freaking naughty.
He had he was sitting there, he's trying to play a game. He said he had a long day. Things were tough at work. All he wants to do is just sit there and play the game. She got a little attitude. She keep on pushing. So she leaves and she comes back in some lingerie. Come back in some sexy lingerie. And then he decides, okay, fine, let's go. And the question is that consensual?
That's coercion, right?
It feels like coercion to me. Now let's look at the other side of things, right? Let's look at the other side of things. That man was hungry. He just needed some pizza. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
You got to explain that one to the people that's listening. You got to explain it to the
All
people
right.
that's
So
listening.
in that one, the roles were reversed. The young lady, this girl, is laying in bed. She already got her bonnet on. He sneak up, pull up behind her.
Poke.
Pull up to my bumper, baby. He pull up behind her, and she says no. He's trying to do it. Look, come on. And she gets indignant. And it's just flat out no. And we are not having this discussion. This discussion is over. Really? So what does he do? He just turned over. He grabbed his phone and he decided to call for a pizza. So he dials Pizza Hut in his phone.
And it had to be it had to be a detailed order though, because it was like a 15-minute conversation with Pizza Hut. So it
was a 15-minute conversation with it.
Yeah.
But sometimes, Pizza Hut be hiring these youngsters now.
Right,
so,
right.
Things be taking a long time. So he talked to them, and whatever he did, he had to leave to go get the pizza because I guess they had stopped doing delivery that
at
late.
3:26.
So
it's 3:26 in the morning.
3:26 a.m. So he had to get up and go and get the pizza. So here's my question for the day at our main topic. Are things equal in the relationship when it comes to sextivities? Are things equal when it comes to intimacy? And by equal, and I want to be clear, what I'm asking is it the same for men and women declining sex? What's your thoughts, sir?
I say yes. I say it is equal. Here's the thing. When women say no, men get angry and go dumb.
What you mean? Because I just saw in that clip.
They order pizzas at 3 o'clock in the morning. They go out.
Niggas be hungry
and get empty calories. Those are empty calories, sir. It's a pizza. You could have went in. You could have gone and made it. You could have gone in and made you a sandwich. You could have made you a chicken wrap. You know what I'm saying?
Why you say sandwich like that?
Sandwich.
Could have gone in and made you a sandwich.
Just make you a sandwich, young man.
Now,
but instead, you go out and get empty calories at 3 o'clock in the morning, as opposed to just, you know. But on the other hand, when the man says no, you know what the woman does? She keeps trying, and she puts the man in a position where she knows this weak-minded individual is gonna fold. That's all she did. She said, "Hey, let's do this."
There are dudes that play football who are in jail for rape because of that.
Because of what?
for being coercive.
Where they just stripped and said, "Hey,"
I have this argument
and
today.
she said, he said, oh, "Okay, okay, okay." This nigga, he did. I may not have wanted to do this, but okay, I'll do it. He gave his consent because all she had to do was put this into a package that he was willing to give up his game. Guys,
But all the
instead of
time, no, nigga, no,
tell me I'm wrong.
no.
Tell me I'm wrong. Based on what we saw, how was he wrong? How was she wrong?
How was she wrong?
She left
Because if it was a
and came
guy,
back.
if she had a penis doing that, then it would be rape by coercion.
Because he come back in lingerie.
Hey,
and
we're on
says,
YouTube. We're on YouTube. I should probably say something else
Grape?
other than rape.
They normally say grape. Yeah, they say grape
say grape.
on the TikTok. They say
Got
grape.
it.
So that would be good for because I'm pretty sure this thing won't clip out those snips of you saying that word. But yeah, so it's coercion because she presented it again.
No, he said no,
Mhm.
and y'all told me no means no. He
It
said
does,
no,
until it doesn't.
and then she kept being persistent, trying to convince him or coerce him into doing it, and he finally gave in. Now, does that not sound familiar?
You know you like your definition. You know you like your good definition. Have you
Yes,
have
sir.
you have you looked up coercion?
I'll look it up.
Because it's the practice of persuading someone to do something by using force or threats.
What's the second definition?
I don't know. I ain't going that far. She ain't threatening that man. She ain't forced that
You're
man.
right.
She gave
You're
that
right.
man another option. She gave
If
him
that's the case,
another option.
Are you saying that she presented another option and that's fine?
She gave him the same box in a different package. That's it. She put the same box in a different package, and that young man was like, "You know what? I like it better in there," because she ain't had no bonnet on.
Right.
She wasn't in her work clothes. She came in there and put on her other uniform. And that man was like, "You know what? I could do that. I could do that." And he gave in because he wasn't steadfast on, "I'm not doing this. I just want to enjoy my night and play my game." He didn't really want to play that game.
Yeah, he did.
Because if he really wanted to play that game, he'd have kept playing that game while he was doing what she wanted.
So here's the thing, sir. Since we're doing definitions, when you get past that initial threats of violence, it says to use the use of express or implied threats of violence or reprisal. Now, if you recall in that cartoon, those were two black people, right?
Uh-huh.
Do we not all understand what it's like to if you refuse a black woman? and you're telling me that's not in and of itself a threat of reprisal at the minimum?
Not at all. Not at all.
Nigga, you are outside your mind.
Because like you said,
wait,
no
before you go on.
No.
Listen, before you go on, I want to point something out. We've had one person only, be actually canceled from this show. And he's been gone for a while. And now he's back. While I was asking the question, are all things equal when it comes to rejecting sexual activity from your significant other, male or female, he left a comment. I'm getting ready to put that comment on the screen. Last time we did this. So his response to that question is now, if certain people are watching this, I had nothing to do with that. And also, that's true. The use of the Pizza Hut trademark is being used as a goofy example and not intended to appear to be open, that dang late and entertaining any entanglements. Thank you very much. Hey, listen, boss lady is in the background making sure we stay straight.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but we got a example here. It says, let's say I'm in a room with a bitch, and the hoe don't want to fuck like a man. I'ma beat my meat and get my fucking nut. In the great words of Juvenile.
So you're not calling anybody at 3 o'clock in the morning because she said no. Like that's the thing right there. The man said no. The woman did something to try to entice him to do so. When the woman says no, the nigga's only recourse was to go find somebody else. and that's okay. That's what we get out of this is
we cannot blame someone for the way that they respond to trauma. It's traumatic not to
what
get
you
that.
do is you come up with a different option. Like I've said,
No, that's what you do. That's what you do.
You come up with a different option. You don't just step out. What you do is you're like, hey, can I get a blowy? If you can't get a blowy, hey, can I get an old fashioned? Like, hey, there are other options. And then if she won't even do that, be like, hey, man, just turn over. And then you try to, and then but how many times have you been told no? And then about 30 minutes later, you just go over and do the poke test. And you try some things, like, hey, man.
Every single time.
So there are other ways. It's not turnover.
No.
We call a piece
every single time. You hear me? You hear me? Every time. Listen, this is what fellas, y'all know.
But like, let's talk said. Sometimes you got to go out there and use your handy dandy. DIY.
No. That's you have to do both, because that's when you lean over and do the poke test.
Do the poke test.
But you make sure that you keep that hand so it get directed right where it needs to go all the time. Because you got to, you know where to keep pressure.
Yeah.
You know where to put the pressure. Because if it's going to happen, you know exactly where you need to be for it to happen. Let's be real. Now, I am not advocating for that man to go and call Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut does not have. Listen, I don't. Nope. Nope. I don't need to call Pizza Hut. But I will say this much: the scales are not balanced.
They're not,
because the conversation that has to happen after that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Because I know where you're gonna go with this, because you've had this conversation with some other people, with some females.
I have.
They've given the understanding of, well, you know what a woman goes through on a day-to-day, and when she just doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, and I don't care.
Yeah, and that's something that it's understandable. I get it when she's cooked and cleaned and done everything else in the house, and then you show up, and all you have to do is come in and poke. But here I'm coming back around to our side. Do y'all understand what it takes to actually fuck? That shit is tiring. And a nigga don't want to have to wake up in the middle of the night to work out. Like, nah, that's a fucking workout. I'm not going to the gym. That's why I've been saying this since I was about 19 years old. I'll give you 90 seconds of pure pleasure. I don't have time to be in here fucking around with y'all. I'm going to give you 90 seconds, and then I'm done, because I got places to be, and
since
I get
19?
tired. I'm fat. Yes, since 19. I put a... Wow. Man, Bernie Mac say you 5 minutes, 3, whatever it is. Man, this is 90 seconds of pure pleasure, baby. You get yours before I get mine, or you get it when I come back. That's the rule. That's the rule. We're not finna sit in here and be bumping and sweating. And then we got so much shit to do. The
views expressed by Tommy with an H do not necessarily represent the views of the Let's Get Canceled podcast, Tech as a co-host, or anybody else for that matter. Listen, I agree with you though. I went through my bragging stage of being like, oh, I could do this, I could do that. And there was a time when I could. I'd like to believe that I still could, but I believe that, like I believe I could still beat my sons in basketball. I believe it because they've never beaten me. None of them. The one who played overseas professional has never beaten me. Now,
could he?
Nah. Could he? Nah, according to the record, no.
I think you got him.
According to the record, no. Am I going to go out there and try and find out? Absolutely not. So as it stands right now, the last one of them who tried to beat me, he tried to dunk on me, and I punched him in the stomach. Hard. like not like you know how like them birthday taps. No, I punched him hard, and I'm watching him fall to the ground because he tried to dunk on me. And so you know what happened?
You still got it.
No, I don't, but I think I do. I like to think I do, but I don't. So that's what I'm saying. So like, I'm not getting ready to go in there and try and prove. No. That's for special occasions, on vacations, sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Like, no,
even at that, I don't have it then. I don't have like I'm old.
You did hang out with guys closer to your age. Like me, at 19, I was hanging out with like 40-year-olds at that time, and they
Yeah.
schooled me to some game a long time ago. And yeah, it was one thing because it was one thing about you catch most of your fish at the top of the water. Not so we will take pity the moment y'all get penetrated multiple times and get told as to ride a blow and then be penetrated again.
You want
Gentlemen,
you
gentlemen,
yeah, go
gentlemen,
ahead.
don't let nobody penetrate you. Well, you can if you if that's your thing. If that's the thing. And KTMC, there are men who get penetrated and blown and then and ride and then get asked to be penetrated again. So it does happen to them. So you can take pity. Now you can't take pity on us because we don't know anything about that part. But there are
Where's this
men who
show
do it.
going? Where are we going with this
We're
topic?
just in the comment section right now.
No,
We should have said, see, you don't want
I
to put
was
it up
showing
there.
somebody. I was showing somebody this show the other day, like trying to explain it. And the one clip that popped up was the one with Prince, and you was yelling, talking about and I was like, this is not going to turn into that kind of show. I'm telling you that now. So, but what I'm saying, I hear what she's saying. I hear what KTMC is saying. What I'm saying is the vast majority. Let's go ahead and be specific. We're talking about heterosexual sex.
Yes.
And we're
Yes.
talking about, and we're not talking about those super hookups and stuff like that. Like like we're talking about y'all been
Your
together,
partner.
y'all live
Your
together,
partner. Yeah.
your partner.
Yeah.
And in reality,
Because if she getting flown out and she's saying no, then
she can stay at the airport
yeah, that's a different thing. So okay,
in
yeah,
her
so
hometown because she
right.
can't. I'm not paying for tickets.
Right. So yeah, so continue. My bad. I just had to
But
clarify that part.
so what we're talking about is the difference between on a regular basis, which one, the male or the female, do you think puts in more physical effort in the act of sex? Which one do you think has put in more physical effort, like
During,
realistically?
like I say,
During.
it's a freaking workout every time, and nobody wants to be told, "Hey, come work out." Like,
And you know what else you ladies don't have to hear all the time, which you don't have to hear right away. Stay right there.
see,
You don't ever have to hear that. What if I got a cramp when I'm right there and then it hit now I'm stuck here? You know what I'm saying?
and if you can't stay right there, then you got to start all over. It's like going. It's
Woo, my God.
it is. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Collect
You start
$200.
there right back over again because if she could be right there and she'd be like, oh, God. Now you got to start all over again, and you're going from square one.
But this is why I'm very happy in my situation, because I ain't got nothing to prove and she ain't got nothing to prove. You understand what I'm saying?
I get
There
it.
are times when I want to prove a little something. You feel what I'm saying? And there are times that she want to prove a little something. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know what she can do. I know I know how to go ahead and start that engine. And she does too. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like when you're in that type of relationship, it's like, okay, y'all understand each other. You know where each other's going. You know what each other needs. That's cool. But when it comes to something like the situation that we saw in the comic strip, it's not about what you do when you do stuff. It's about the rejection portion of it. And so what I think is hard for some females to understand is that just like you feel a certain type of way when if he rejects you, he feels that same way. And even though it didn't show in this comic, a lot of females go and exercise their options as well. And they'll
they call
exercise
dominoes.
right. And they'll exercise options that ain't, and when it's not has nothing to do with being rejected, when you just ain't giving them what they want, they'll go exercise other options. When they ain't getting what they feel that they deserve, they'll go exercise other options. So that's what I mean by unequal. We're not talking about what your partner does or can't do. It's about respecting boundaries. It's about respecting where they are at that moment, and then who responds to it the right way.
So you don't think men will have the same attitude that women have if when being rejected? You think women would take rejection worse than men?
Yes,
Hmm.
I think and what I was trying to say is that they both feel that rejection. But what I'm saying is I think women take it a different way. So if a woman tells a man, "I'm tired, I can't, not tonight," that man takes it as, "God, Lee, man, she always tired. She always," you know what I'm saying? And it's external. It's just like, oh Lord, well maybe, and he starts thinking like maybe she don't need to go to work tomorrow, or maybe she need to do this because I need her to figure out something else so she's not always tired. If a man tells a woman I'm tired, not tonight, that woman kind of internalized that and goes, what about me is not appealing to him? Because any man who's attracted to something, it don't matter how tired they are. And we fed this narrative that men will jump on anything.
Right?
And then
And that's not
obviously if he's not, it's definitely not the case.
No.
And so obviously if he's refusing you, that must mean there's something wrong with you. And that's not the case.
Well,
I'm done ranting for that now.
Yeah, you're done with that one.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, guys, lefty and righty know
Not
exactly what you like.
I'm a drummer. I can't do nothing with my left hand. And that's on drums too.
That's crazy, man.
and
then you sit.
What'd you say? You even handed it?
and then you just sit on it till it goes numb.
It's a stranger. We call that a stranger.
All right, man. Hey, man, we got one last story.
Oh, we done with this one.
We done with this. We gonna move.
We gonna come back and visit this one.
Oh yeah, we gonna.
I got a feeling we're gonna have to come back and revisit this one. Hey man, so we got a question for the people tonight, right?
This for my guys. This for my guys. This for my guys.
Just for the fellas. If you got this, what would you do? And I'm going to explain to what's on the screen here. All right. It says POV. It's Sunday morning and you receive these two texts at the same time. It says, "Good morning, Daddy. My baby daddy just picked the kids up. I'm home alone. Come destroy these guts." And there's a photo of a young lady face down in a demon pose.
Face up. Jesus.
And that's that. On the other side, it's your grandmama. They say, "Good morning, grandson. You coming to church today?" Which one are you doing?
Tell
you
got to
answer.
Shame the devil.
And now you want to know my answer, or do I want to hear your answer?
I'm going to church. I'm going to see my grandma.
It's not even close. It's not even close. They're gonna miss me today.
Church, you're not going to church?
Not a chance.
Because God forgives and she won't.
I'm not going to church. It ain't got nothing to do with forgiveness.
What about grandma?
What about it?
Oh Lord.
Listen. I don't have any more grandmamas. I borrow yours from time to time.
Yes.
I don't have no more grandmamas. And she, by the way, that is one of the sweetest ladies in the whole wide world. Now I'm assuming that they could have been rough growing up because she looked like she don't play. It looked like she quit school because of recess. But I borrow your grandma from time to time. I would tell her to her face on Tuesday night Bible study, because not Sunday. She ain't saying Sunday. I tell her to her face, "Grandma, I had to go see a man about a dog.
You had to go see a woman about a cat."
Right, and it's just like, "Hey, look here, I couldn't make it. What was you doing?" And I look her square in the face and I lean in and I go, "Grandma, you don't want to know." "Well, we had a good time in church. The service was high." I said, yeah. Some things were high where I was at too. Ankles, legs.
Because
we called on Jesus too.
I just saw somebody say, "Either way, I'm calling the Lord's name." Oh, this is terrible.
Yes, indeed.
But like, I would initially, like, my first thought would be, okay, well, God may be there again in the morning, but this woman may not. So let me go ahead and take care of this business first. But then my grandmother, 96 years old. I don't know how many more Sundays, and I hope I get a bunch more. But if my grandmother texts me, I'm like, "Hey, you coming?" If she's expecting me, I'm on my way. I'm taking myself over there to see my grandma. And this young lady has to understand. She has to understand.
I'll go see her Sunday afternoon.
Just ain't gonna you ain't gonna see Jesus. You're just gonna go see grandma.
I see Jesus every day. And if y'all can see,
Jesus is not just in the church. Jesus just not, you gonna give me that one? Jesus just not in the church. He just
well, first of all, that is accurate. Jesus is not just in the church. However, if I really needed to see Jesus, right? Mm-hmm. If I really need to see him, I want you to look to the left of
you.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
You brought the sunshine.
You brought the sunshine. That's it. Hey, listen, man.
Bro.
I'm not going to church. My my wife will tell you. Look here. And here's the funny part. My wife will tell you. I will go get in the shower and have my clothes laid out, ready to go to church, and walk out. If she is not in the right state of dress, when I walk out and I catch it at the wrong angle, guess what? We ain't gonna make it today, or we gonna be real late. I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you now. And here's the thing. That picture, if she sent me that picture, and I look at it and go, I'll be like,
All right, all right.
I'm gonna do it like this. And then the person who I would have to report to at church, 'cause I go to church regularly. I work in my church. I do a lot of stuff in my church. I love my church. I love my church family. Love all of them. If I went to the person I have to report to and said, "Hey, I'm sorry, I
This what
missed
it
it.
is.
This is what I got," he'd be like, he ain't gonna condone it, but he ain't gonna demonize me for it either. He gonna understand.
I understand. I ain't saying you should have done it, but I understand.
But I understand why you did. You feel? It's kind of like me with like you ever seen like this really? You seen the videos where like the real big girls and they got the little dude and she been pushing him around all day, and he tried to swing back and she ended up beating him up in the parking lot or whatever, and he's just swinging for his life, and every hit just don't seem like it phases her at all. I don't condone him hitting her. I understand why he did, but I don't condone it. And I think that's what I would get. That would be the response I get from every guy at church, not just the one that I had to report to.
I'm gonna tell you, you shouldn't have done it. You should have come to church. That's gonna be my
You're
response.
a liar.
That's
you're
my
a
response.
liar. You're a liar. And what granddaddy used to say, you're a liar, the truth ain't in you.
Your
Like,
truth
look,
ain't in you.
You a lie.
I like to believe that I would definitely go myself to church.
And you know what? That's what God gave us. He gave us free will, and he gave us you can believe what you want to believe.
I believe I would. I definitely believe I would. I would make my way into the church house and ask that woman if I could come back later after church.
What did she say? No, now or never.
She's not the one for me.
Did you see how you had to pause just now?
I just wanted to make sure I said it the right way.
Hey, did you see that? Hold on, let me answer this question real quick. I bet the minister of music be disappointed. He'd be the one that had to show the
Right.
picture to, and he would be the one be like,
I get it.
So anyway, but yeah, here's the thing, man. I'm again, I don't know, like that picture is of some, like if you got a little side chick, something like that. I'm talking about like if my lady, if we weren't married and we were just dating or messing around or whatever, and she sent that to me, yeah, that doesn't change a thing. I'm still going over there. Like I'm still going.
But
over
it's grandma though. You gotta let her know, like, man, my grandma looking for me though. You don't turn down grandma for no bras, man.
Why?
Because that's my grandma.
My grandma done had me for 43 years, and you gonna tell me this
she
girl
can't
won't be
have,
for
she can't have me for my 90 seconds.
90 seconds. I'm going over here for 90 seconds. I'll be back for praise and worship over with.
I'm about to say, you know what? You know what? You right. You know what? You right.
And sooner than that, if she's willing to risk it in the parking lot.
Shoot, I'll take longer in the shower, baby. Come on. Hurry up and get this over with. I'm on my way.
Yo, yeah, man. I'm done. I'm done with y'all. I'm done with all y'all.
Yo, we got a birthday. Shout out to Bo out there in Arizona, man. Shout out
Bo
to
in Arizona?
Yeah, shout out to Bo in Arizona. He got a birthday coming up, man. So I want to say happy birthday to him. He's a loyal listener. So yeah, shout out, happy early birthday to Bo, man. Definitely 100% want to say happy birthday to you. Hope you enjoy it. Come back and visit, man. Come back and visit. Be real good to see you.
Oh, this the fan from Arizona that was over. They came out. Yeah. Bet that.
Yeah, definitely. So
also,
definitely want to say happy birthday.
Also, let's make sure, man, like we said before, like, share, subscribe, leave your comments, man. We go back in these comments after the show is over with, and we go back and look. So if you didn't get a chance to, or you're catching this after the fact, go ahead and leave your comments, man. If it's good, if we think it requires or warrants a response, you will definitely get one from us right there. Feel free to DM us on any of these platforms. We do respond regularly to comments and to DMs. Shout out. I didn't get a video from a boy, but he did get his package.
Okay, good.
That was on. He did get the package. I double checked. So it did arrive. So that's good.
I'm gonna put you on the spot right quick. Let me put you on the spot right quick.
Nope. I already know what you're gonna ask me, and no. The answer is no. The answer is no. And as soon as I said that just now, I went, God dog it, because he's here. He's here.
All right, Doc.
Yeah.
All right, Doc. It's all right, man. It's all right.
Hey, Doc, listen, man. You know what the deal is, and I love you, boy. But I'm gonna get it to you. I'm gonna send it tomorrow. That's my word. That's my goal for tomorrow. I got
it's still in the car.
Tomorrow.
It's still in the car. Ain't it?
It's in the car right now. Like the box, the shot glass, the flash, the keychain, all of that is in the car right now. It was meant to go. When I talked to you and I said I'm gonna run up to the store and break, I never got a break that day. That was the thing. So yeah, most definitely. But
Doc,
anyway,
call him and let him know, man. Just give him a reminder, man. Give him a reminder, Doc.
You don't have to, because and it's his fault. He could have had a long time ago. It took him 317 days to get me his address. This is my own brother, y'all. Couldn't get his address.
That's his fault.
But anyway, that's it, man. I ain't got nothing else for these folks, man.
Me either.
Hey, man, listen, man. We're gonna keep our eye on this Diddy Cassie situation. I'm gonna look for y'all comments on these on the cartoons, and y'all let me know. You going with grandma, or y'all going go over there and handle business? You know what I'm saying?
Go see your grandma, y'all. Go see. That's my game for the night. Go see your grandma.
That ain't no game, nigga. That's stupidity. Y'all listen to that, nigga.
F them W's. F them W's. Go see your grandma.
Hey, boy. Hey, this has been fun, man. I love you, boy.
It's been real fun. Love you too, man. Love y'all. Y'all be easy.
Yo, y'all be easy, man. Peace. Yes, sir. Oh, man. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Hey, man.
That music bumping. We love it. Y'all make sure that y'all follow
But
this.
I really can't believe that you would let grandma go to church by herself, man.
Grandma can go to church by herself. My kids can go to church by themselves. If their mama sent me that picture, I'm telling you now.